That's the lead for Carlos Sainz.
Grand Prix racing at its absolute finest.
Wow, how good was that? It's lights out and away we go here, and Bottas and Hamilton getting away ahead of Verstappen and Perez, and the wheel-to-wheel the Mercedes. But what's happening behind? Perez pulls to the inside, Verstappen to the outside. They're three abreast at the moment, and there's three abreast behind them. Into turn one we go. Verstappen is into the lead ahead of Hamilton.
You really want to start third here, don't you? You're on the grippy side of the grid, and you've got a slipstream. Look, and he's happy. He's got so much more confidence on this line. Keeps it in play just, and it all kicks off behind him.
Down the bottom of the hill, Button right behind him. Vettel just got it wrong, and thank you very much indeed.
He actually went wide through 9 and then tried to stay on it, got on the AstroTurf on the carpet on the outside, tried to stick with it in desperation, and got completely out of shape through 10.
Here we go, we join it. The best chance to get past his old teammate. These two started life in Formula 1 together at Toro Rosso, and they're about to go wheel to wheel. You're watching a Ferrari take the lead of the Grand Prix. Carlos Sainz, first opportunity offered up, first opportunity taken, and the man who didn't race in the last round leads in round 3.
On board with Max Verstappen, down towards turn 1 we go. Verstappen on the inside of Hamilton, and with DRS, it's the lead of the race from Max Verstappen. Lewis Hamilton's lead has gone here on lap 4. He was gaining Verstappen. Hamilton just couldn't hold him off, and the great fear that Mercedes had, that they didn't have the race pace to stay ahead here, is bearing true in these early stages.
Hamilton is just closing right up now on the back of his teammate. The front of his car snaking around, and you can see he's right up behind the rear wing now. It's a lot of work for Hamilton to keep this car pointing in a straight line. On the run down the hangar straight then, up to 190 miles an hour. And this is where Mansell passed Piquet. And now Hamilton has gone past Kovalainen in an equally memorable pass. Up the inside into Stowe, and now will he drive away, or will Kovalainen come back at him? Green lights on.
I think Raikkonen could be having a look down into Lassour's hairpin at this rate.
Here we go.
Was well slow.
One little look. Right behind him.
It's a slam dunk from there, surely, for Raikkonen with the extra KERS button and a slipstream. Fisichella has the slightly lighter car. Look at him rubbing against the ground with the lower car. Oh, Raikkonen so nearly. And then it's really is game over from there.
Thank you. Into first place, and catch me if you can, but Fisichella having a bit of a look back, but no, Raikkonen will have none of that. Through he goes.
Fastest lap for Sainz, who's responded then. He's really close.
Is he going to go for the late braking move? He is! That's the lead for Carlos Sainz, and he leaves turn 2 with the lead. Can he keep it by 3? Max Verstappen trying to apply the power. There will be another DRS zone, which will take the Ferrari further away. First opportunity offered up for Carlos Sainz, and he took it with both hands.
Superb driving from Sainz.
We're going to go side by side again. Max Verstappen positioning the car, but how many corners can he keep this up? Again, he checks the mirrors. Again, he sees Oscar Piastri closer than he's ever been before. The world champion versus the championship leader into the first turn. It's late on the brakes for Max Verstappen. He keeps the lead for the moment, but Piastri powers by, and Oscar Piastri takes the lead.
Finally manages to make it through.
Carlos Sainz having a look in the mirror, Verstappen getting close, and he just immediately commits to the racing line. There's the first luck up we have seen from the race leader. That, a visual example of the pressure that he's under, and look at the momentum that Verstappen has got coming out of the first chicane, going through Curva Grande. Side by side they run for the lead of the Grand Prix, and the Ferrari is inching back ahead, centimetres between the leading pair in the Italian Grand Prix, and Max Verstappen takes the lead on the day that he chases history. He gets past the Ferrari, Sainz fights back, but there's nothing he can do, and the man who's chasing a perfect 10 is P1. The man who started in 6th position. Last year he won here from 14th on the grid. 6th today, looking to take the lead on lap 17. We ride through Radion Corner. We're getting closer to the back of his teammate with every metre that we run. Now we're going to get DRS and there will be nothing that Perez can do. Max Verstappen takes the lead of the Belgian Grand Prix. Easy as you like. First place in the race on lap 17 for the driver who started in 6th.
This is for the lead then. Schumacher on the banking in the slipstream. Surely got a few clicks more than Jenson Button. How aggressive is Button going to be to defend this lead of the Grand Prix? And Michael will have to come down the wetter inside. Jenson can keep it round the outside, but Michael carries more speed through the apex. Well, he didn't give up too easily.
This time David is going to get up the inside, surely, yes he is, and now he's got track position. He'll run Michael out. That was super stuff from Coulthard. He made Schumacher have to lift off, and can Hakkinen make good use of that now? And well, Michael holding his line, but David is really in. I wouldn't want to meet him this afternoon anywhere. Coulthard really in super aggressive mode.
This is a race to remember. Ocon leaving it late, but Ocon leaving the field behind. They're very tightly bunched up in the background. There's a big opportunity for Charles Leclerc. There's a big opportunity for George Russell, but a better one for Max Verstappen, who finds himself taking the lead as Lando Norris has gone off the road. The championship pendulum swings in one corner. Pastri gets past Norris, who drops down to 7th position as Verstappen goes from 17th on the grid to the lead in Brazil.
We had the dress rehearsal on the last lap. Is this going to be the main performance? And he's getting a great tow, and he's very, very late, but he pulls out and pulls past, and Lewis Hamilton moves into the lead of this US Grand Prix. He has been closing and closing and closing ever since the round of pit stops, and now Hamilton has that number one, has the race lead, and gives that man their reason to get to his feet. But oh, look, it's wheel to wheel again for the two Red Bulls, Sebastian Vettel and Mark Webber. Vettel on the inside. Has he now stolen the lead from his teammate? Can Webber scrap back? Oh, fantastic stuff. Mark Webber regains the lead, but the battle is not over yet. And there is barely a metre between the two cars as down the hill they plunge, and side by side onwards towards the braking zone and turn 4. Webber on the inside. Has he got the better traction? No. Vettel goes dancing round the outside, and it's a dance that takes him into the lead of this race. Wow, how good was that?
This is surely going to be it for Hamilton now. Raikkonen looking in his mirrors, covers the inside line. Hamilton attacks on the outside. Raikkonen late on the brakes, but not late enough. Lewis Hamilton takes the lead of the Italian Grand Prix round the outside of the Ferrari.
He was just close at that time, and later on the brakes, chose to go on the outside. He had no choice really. Raikkonen defended the inside, but Hamilton late on the brakes, just about made the corner right up on the curb.
I think they're going to pass Zonta on another part of the racetrack, because that's what gives Hakkinen his best shot. Schumacher in dirty air, and then Hakkinen with the extra straight line speed. And once again, look, Michael's having to defend, and Mika, and the back marker's in the way. Can he do it? Yes, he's done it. A brilliant move there, either side of Zonta, and Hakkinen brilliantly takes the lead of the Belgian Grand Prix.
And you can see the delight in the McLaren garage, because that could well have decided the race. A superb, gritty, determined, forceful move from Mika Hakkinen takes the lead in the McLaren Mercedes.
Can Verstappen keep hold of the lead? Fever pitch at the Hungaroring. Hulkenberg is round the outside of the Toro Rosso, but it's the battle for the lead that we're looking at. Hamilton going to the outside, trying to go all the way around the outside. Can he get it slowed down? He can! He can get it slowed down. He'll go past Max Verstappen. He'll take the lead, bring the crowd to their feet, and Lewis Hamilton takes the lead. He makes the strategy work, and Mercedes made the right call. Hamilton made the move, and he's charged to victory, almost certainly.
3 laps to go then. We're on board with the man in second place.
And he's now looking at Fernando Alonso, and down the inside goes Daniel Ricciardo. Alonso tries to fight, but he just hasn't got the traction out of turn 2, and Ricciardo once more leads this Hungarian Grand Prix, and now in the box seat with 3 laps remaining to take another Formula 1 win.
Here comes Verstappen down the inside. He's got track position, he's got the move done, and he's got the lead of the French Grand Prix with 2 laps to go from Lewis Hamilton. It was an easy move in the end. Hamilton does not have the grit to fight.
And Raikkonen is absolutely hauling him in, and again he goes defensive when he doesn't need to. Puts him out of shape then for the exit then, as we saw earlier on. Has he got enough traction to keep the McLaren behind him? He's really left himself to be a sitting target now. He'll have to go defensive down the inside, he'll have to go tighter than that. Oh, and they nearly touch. Can Raikkonen sweep in? Yes, he can. Brilliant.
What a brilliant move! Side by side down the straight. Grand Prix racing at its absolute finest.
What can Hamilton do? Surely he can't keep him behind on 42 lap old hard tyres. There will be no DRS because they do not have that available after the safety car. But look at the speed Verstappen hasn't. He's gone to the inside. Verstappen has taken the lead, has taken provisionally the Drivers' World Championship away from Lewis Hamilton on the final lap of the final Grand Prix of the longest season we've seen.
Jenson Button driving for his life, driving for the victory. Has Vettel got what it takes to hold him off? I think Vettel's got Wade.
Yeah,
he's got
Wade.
He turned in too late. He got the tyres. Button leads the Grand Prix. Sebastian Vettel turned in with his tyres just touching the water. It's the final lap of the Grand Prix. And Jenson Button, after an awful afternoon with so many things going wrong for him, leads this amazing Canadian Grand Prix.
At his rear wheel,
And he does it!
he's let him through.
Hakkinen is going to win! Hakkinen is going to win his first Grand Prix in his long and meritorious career. He's coming up to the last corner. Hakkinen is going to win the European Grand Prix. David Coulthard goes second, and Jack Villeneuve second settles for third place and the World Championship of 1997. Wow!
Up onto the banking for the last time, up to receive the cheers of this enormous crowd in Indianapolis. They go side by side across the line. Who's going to win this Grand Prix? It's a mystery. It's Michael Schumacher.
I tell you, I'm well impressed with that. It's 0.0. Barrichello's been given the win. He's first over. Schumacher was 0.0 behind, but according to the computer, Rubens Barrichello just won the Grand Prix.
That is absolutely incredible.